do.
Let's start right out. Hey, what happened?
Hi, everybody. Welcome. What day it is? Middle of the week. I'm here. Lachlan Cross is here. 95.7 Cruise FM in Edmonton. Hey, Lach. Good to see you. As always. Oh, fuck. I got you on. I got you.
Golf.
Sorry. What are you doing?
Might have been last golf game of the season for me.
Yesterday. That's why you weren't here.
Yeah. I've been
understand
golfing every Tuesday for like a month now. I kind of got back into golf in the last. And we walk and I needed it. It was something that I've been missing. I quit golf because I was mad at the how much it costs. So.
Seems to be a common theme in your life. Like, you don't go to Oilers games because you're mad about how much it costs. You quit golf because you're mad about how much it costs.
Yeah. Okay, well, first off, let me tell you the story quickly about
Are you just a cheap prick?
I'm a cheap dick, yes. I always preface all of these statements about why I make decisions revolving around money.
You're a cheap dick.
About saying that I'm a cheap dick, okay?
Yeah.
But what ended up happening was a couple of years ago, a bunch of us radio from this company that I work with, Harvard, got together and we went golfing. There was like 8 of us.
Right.
And we decided to cart it, which I don't normally do. If it's just me going out with a buddy, I'll try to talk him into walking because I believe that I play better and I believe that I'm wasting a chance to get some exercise. And I don't know. Karting's fine. You got a nice sunny day. It gives you opportunity to drink. But I'm in radio. I'm in the public eye. I don't want to be that guy that hauls a 12-pack of beer onto the course with me and doesn't buy beer. Right. And we went and listen, I don't mind paying for things. I don't, if it's worth it. And I ended up paying $85 for half a cart and 18. Okay.
Great
this
deal.
is a city course. Okay.
Great
not
deal.
in Edmonton. City course. Basically, I'm playing on a fucking field. Okay. Yeah. Like, I'm surprised there wasn't cattle or sheep at some point on one of the holes. It's built on an old dump. Then we get to the first tee box, and the beer cart girl is there. Okay. Just parked at the front. So we all get a drink. We tee off. Didn't see her for the rest of the round. First off, this is a $25 course, not an $85 course. It's a piece of shit course. Okay. Secondly, who's left golfing? Who golfs? That's right, alcoholics. The only people left golfing are alcoholics. If you're too stupid to have a golf cart zipping around with beer on it all day long so that we can get drunk on your course, then I'm sorry, I'm not going back. Actually, I was so mad I quit golf for a year and a half.
That was it? You quit golf because you paid $85 for a round of golf and the beer cart girl was nowhere to be seen past the first hole. Is that what you're saying?
This is
because
a course.
You didn't get
it's built on a dump.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't matter. You quit playing golf because you were mad that the beer cart girl didn't come around enough.
True.
Yeah. You would have been way happier, dude, if you saw the cart girl 5 times. You wouldn't be complaining right now at all.
On like the 7th or 8th hole, we had somebody meet us. Like, literally had to drive to a hole, and then we walked over and grabbed beer from them.
I know. Let me just back up though. Like, you destroyed something you would enjoy a great deal because you were resentful that the beer card girl didn't come around enough.
Listen, I realize how petty that makes me sound, but I'm gonna.
You own the libs. You own the libs. You own the libs.
I'm telling you right now. You don't pay $85 for a round of golf on a dump.
Well, okay? You did.
I'm sorry.
You did. It's nice to have you back.
City course.
I get it. Golf's expensive. Nice to have you back, though. Missed you yesterday, but we had a great day. And we're going to have a great day again today. Bonzi joins us. Bonzi Live. You can get him tripping with Bonzi on Twitter. He's YouTube. Still down in California, making his way to San Francisco or San Diego or something like that coming up in the next couple of days. We've got a lot to get to today. Like a ton to get to today. And we're joined by a friend of mine that operates a website out of Toronto called Toronto 99. His name is Mark Slapinski, ladies and gentlemen, and he is currently facing the other way. But good to see Mark Slapinski. It was a very stoic look, Mark. You were like this.
Yeah, I know. I was just getting prepared backstage.
Yeah, it was a really nice little turn. It was very it was a movie turn, right, where you went, "Hello, gentlemen." So I don't know what you're doing, but you must be taking broadcasting lessons. That's like very TV. They teach people to do that on TV, but great job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, how are you?
I'm fine. Dealing with a lot of trolls and angry people online, but aside from that, I'm not bad.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Well, it's actually three things at once. It was so there was the articles I put out about Hillier and their family. I mean, more specifically to Randy Hillier and some of the crazy things that he said. And then I've also called out anti-vaxxers in a separate video picked up. And then on top of that, there was a video I shared, I think you saw, with a little girl shooting guns. Yep. And that went viral as well. That's actually one of my most viral videos. I mean, obviously it's not mine. I just embedded it. But and that brought a bunch of attention to my account. And I pushed it a bit farther. I actually used that as an excuse to push vaccines and some of that stuff. And now I got pretty much, I wouldn't say everyone, but I have a lot of, PPCers and right-wing people essentially coming after me. And two of those people are Randy and Chelsea Hillier.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Which one?
So it's mostly been Chelsea, but I mean, her dad's jumped in this too. So it's been interesting. I mean, I don't think they have a good case. I think they're in the wrong here.
Yeah. Well, they're the Hilliers. I mean, they're fucking perpetually wrong. Like if they wake up wrong, they go to bed wrong. When they eat, they're wrong. When they go driving, they're wrong. When Randy goes to the pub for 48 pints, he's wrong. Like, I mean, this is the wrong fucking family. And you've had a tough go, which is why I wanted to have you on today. Mark Slapinski, again, operates Toronto 99. It's an alternative website for news, which you can get. It's not MSM, which is great. Here's the front page of it. Twitter reacts. We're going to talk about this in a second, to young child using firearms. Then you've got some ISIS stuff on there. And then my favorite headline, and I read this great story, is anti-mask superstar Chris Sky, a sexual predator. Very interesting story if you go to Toronto 99 and read about it. But what I want to focus on today is, how you get specifically someone like you, and you and I kind of do something very similar. We help each other out in and where we can with proper information. And that's how people like us operate. Some of the smaller, independent media people that want to get messaging out to people because we believe in fucking telling people the truth. And that's why I really like what Mark does. And so Mark and I have worked together for a little bit, and I started to watch you. Like, you've really dipped your toe into trolling these anti-vaxxers. So it's all coming back. But I want to talk about this one video you put up with this young girl firing off a couple of Glocks at like lightning speed. Have you seen this, Locke? So, and then we'll talk about the fallout. Yeah, this video is fucking freaky. If you haven't seen it, Mark put this up. He's received death threats because of it. So let's get to the video. Yeah, she's not going to be in jail at 17.
How's her aim?
Holy.
I don't know how her aim is. That video was out a couple years ago, and I saw Mark taking heat for it, and so we kind of started talking back and forth. And what's fascinating is that this isn't just one of the – and this video is like fucking 2 or 3 years old. I mean, it's not a big deal. Mark put it out there because he was disgusted by it, I'm assuming, Mark. and was like, hey, an 8-year-old shouldn't be shooting off Glocks in the fucking woods. And it was amazing how much hatred this guy got. Like, fucking amazing. Libertarian groups of New Hampshire, all these fucking. How do they justify a little girl at the age of 9 firing off a couple of clips and a couple of Glocks?
Here. Yeah.
Right. Great question. We'll have to ask Mark. But like, this is a video Mark put up afterwards too, by the way. This is, well, actually, let's get to the video. But what was the fallout? So you put that up, and then how long did it take before, like, you know, people from OAN started tweeting you? Gun lobbyists started tweeting you. Like, what happened after you put that video up and said, hey, this is fucked?
Okay, so if I remember correctly, I think it was on Saturday, and then it started going viral around Sunday, and then Monday morning is, I think, when it really hit off. And yeah, so it started with people in Canada basically sharing it, and I guess it spread to the United States, and then it seems to have gone global right now. But I guess to answer your earlier question, how do people defend this? I guess they say that kids they should know how to use guns in case anything happens. I guess that's the argument. That if there's a predator or something, this 8-year-old, 7-year-old girl knows how to defend herself. That's kind of their argument.
Yeah.
You know what I used to do when I was 8? I occasionally used to stick my finger in my own ass and then smell it.
Wow.
And I'm not sure why I did that, outside of the fact that I was 8.
I know.
Could you have maybe used, like, I caught frogs or I collected caterpillars?
No, I specifically remember wondering,
Doink.
So does that not sum up where we're at here with the 8-year-old shooting a Glock in the woods?
Sort of. It kind of opens up a whole other kettle of fucking fish, too, about you sticking your finger in your ass when you were a kid all the time so you could take a whiff.
I was exploring. I was 8.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty young. I mean, I don't really remember grade 3 that much, but, definitely not doing anything like that, firing guns, right?
Yeah.
Is there any video of her with a machine gun?
I don't know. Is there any video of? Is there really? There's a video of her shooting a semi-automatic weapon. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah. There's one. She's with her. I guess an older person. I would assume her dad firing a machine gun. Like,
good.
Awesome. A whole channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it'd be awful if somebody died in that family.
Dad. So you put that video up. And who came after you and what happened? Because I watched this video today and this bothered me. This is you talking.
Hey guys, I just have a quick update on what's happening on my end. Ever since I posted that video, it has gone viral and I've received a lot of negative blowback. And on top of that, I've also received a lot of death threats. Now, it appears a lot of these death threats are coming from the United States, so I am concerned. I'm not too concerned about that, but what really concerns me is some of the domestic threats I'm receiving. Specifically with Randy Hillier and his daughter, Chelsea Hillier. Now, just for some background, Randy Hillier is an MPP, he's a politician, he's a COVID denier, and quite crazy dude, and his daughter's pretty crazy as well. And I've written some negative articles about them that were accurate, but they obviously don't like me very much. So after this new video is released, they've been essentially coming after me, and his daughter actually threatened to tar and feather me, which, if you're not familiar, is a form of medieval torture, essentially. So, needless to say, I'm a bit shook right now. And the reason I'm actually scared is because Chelsea Hillier has access to guns. She's bragged about using guns. On top of that, her dad has made threats to politicians. And on top of that, their followers have actually threatened, and not even threatened, they've talked about bringing guns to hospitals. So these are the kinds of people we're dealing with. These are very, very dangerous people. So I live just down the street from the police station, and I've already filed a report. I'm not sure where that's going to go, but there's some protection there. But at the same time, I just want to throw this out there that these are the kinds of people you're dealing with, and this is the kind of response you get when you tell people, kids shouldn't be playing with guns, or, don't throw stones at the prime minister, or go out and get your vaccines because they're safe and effective. This is how people respond. So, this is a level that I'm just not used to dealing with. I'm used to, people calling me names and stuff, but, threatening me and threatening to come after me just takes it to a whole other level. So I'll keep you up to date as things progress. Talk to you next time.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like a joke to you, right?
No.
I mean, so how many death threats do you get from the States? And then I want to talk about the Hillier threats.
Okay. So, as far as an exact count, there's at least a few of them. Like most of them are like, like one right here, what would happen if people started killing journalists? That's what one person said. There's a few other of them like that, like thinly veiled death threats.
Mm-hmm. Thinly veiled. Like it'd be a shame if I found you, and it'd be a shame if I had a gun in my pocket. That kind of thinly veiled.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So what happens? Because you talked about Chelsea Hillier. Speaking of which, this is her shooting a gun trying to get elected. You remember this?
My name is Chelsea Hillier, and the PPC supports firearms owners.
Oh God, she's got to get that gap in her teeth fixed. Anyway, so there's her doing that, and then this is the actual tweet that she put up, because this is in response to the video we just watched of you saying, "Hey, the Hilliers are fucking threatening me." She puts up Mark Slapinski having nightmares about being tar and feathers now. I mean,
where does that threat come from? Is there some sort of background to why? Because I've seen Randy doing that one too. Like, why that? Like, it seems specific. Like,
yeah, I don't get the reference. I think there was some reference. I think she got it from her dad, and like it's a medieval torture thing. That's
but why are they threatening people with that specifically? It's weird. It's odd, isn't it? Odd.
Yeah.
How can they get away with it?
Well, my understanding is like a public humiliation thing, and I what I'm getting is people that I guess were seen as outcasts or troublemakers were tarred and feathered as a punishment. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm getting. So I guess what Randy Hillier was saying is that other politicians should be tarred and feathered. And
I saw that tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he also said, if I'm not mistaken, in the same kind of thread or in the same vein or on the same day, that drunk bastard also said something to the effect of, it's time to take up arms, if I'm not mistaken, or when does a country take up arms? Like, he's encouraging people to get guns and join his mass revolt, mass drunken fucking revolt, right?
Yeah.
So it's
I've seen that quite a few times. That seems to be a growing sort of sentiment among the guys that are going to those rallies and stuff like that. That seems to be a common something that they put forward on their social media platforms.
Take up arms against tyranny. Yeah,
we've had a couple of them come our way too at the radio station. When is it time? At what point do we just take up arms and start a revolution? So
I think it's kind of spilling over from the United States because that's pretty big down there. There's some connection between the gun movement and the anti-vax movement down there, and I think it's kind of spilling over into Canada. Like, I like to say that's not too common, but Randy Hillier, I think, is one of the most extreme. So he's taking some of the worst parts of America and the right-wing politics down there and kind of essentially using them up here, right?
He's had a little bit of backlash on that front from responsible gun owners. Like, there's people that are very concerned about that kind of posturing in Canada when it comes to trying to justify gun ownership, because it's not perceived in this country like it is in the States. Like, it isn't like a right, like you have the right to bear arms. In Canada, responsible gun owners are kind of like the responsible motorbike riders, right, that are pissed off at the guys that are weaving in and out of traffic, because there are a lot of very responsible gun owners in this country that hunt and fill their freezer, and I don't think they want to be associated with that extreme side of it, right? So it'll be interesting to see how we move forward with it, because they are going to, they're going to legalize, they're going to make a lot of these guns illegal.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't think it's going to get stopped at any point. In Canada, it's going to race through all of the levels of government that it needs to get
what, the gun control policies,
yeah,
the new ones. For sure they will.
I mean, even somebody who doesn't like the liberal government is, that sits in the middle, but maybe a little bit more right wing will probably, like, do you need a handgun? No. Do I need an AK-47 in my house? No, I don't.
Probably not. No.
Like, no one's gonna an AR-15. You don't need that gun. Like, who needs that gun? Like, what am I gonna do with that? Like,
a soldier. A soldier needs those guns.
Yes,
not an 8-year-old. Yeah.
I have a buddy who was in the military, and he's got a bunch of guns. And the conversation between the two of us always stops. He doesn't know how to answer it. I'm like, what do you need an AR-15 for? Really? You're too drunk to go out and do target practice. You're drunk all the time. What do you? It just sits underneath your bed.
Yeah.
You live in one of the safest communities in the world. What do you need that gun for?
Well, they don't,
and
that's
need it.
That's the thing. Is that Mark puts this thing up. And why I was attached to it is I watched all these fucking Lugans ganging up on him and going, fuck you. There was this one reporter, Julie, what was her name again? Chen. Her last name was Chen. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Lauren Chen. Lauren Chen, she's 100,000 followers. She's bricking Mark Slapinski. And one of the tweets she put, every woman should know how to defend herself. I'm like, the fucking kid's 8. Like she's 8, you dumb fuck. She's 8 years old, and she's not a woman. And listen, I'm not that guy that stands there and goes, a woman should never have a handgun in her pocket when she's walking to, her car late at night in a shitty neighborhood. I don't care. I think those women should have fucking guns. I really do. Or some kind of protective method that they could take care of their business with. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is the proliferation and the identification that young kids should be doing it. And Mark did exactly the right thing, and he received death threats for it. On top of it, he's now getting threatened by an MP, but it all comes down from the same place, Bonzi, Mark. It all comes from the same place. And I was doing a little research because over the past couple of days, I've been getting a ton of these emails from people. Oh, not that one. I've been getting, I forgot to load it. Never mind. I've been getting a ton of different tweets from people that are asking me about my opinion on these vaccines. And my opinion is you should get them. And then they think they're sewering me by sending me a reply to that tweet or a reply to me, or they're banging me on like our comments section, thousands and thousands of comments over the past couple of days. And the general theme is, and this is the truth, you can go and look it up yourself. The general theme from these fucking Lugans is this: you're on the wrong side of history. And guns are important. Vaccines are not, which is the truth. And I'm going to pray to Jesus tonight that your soul gets saved. These are all religious fucks. They're all like born again, religious, absolute fucking losers that think that Jesus is the reason for the season. He's also going to save them from the fucking thing. And that Jesus said it's okay to bear arms and shoot people. These are fucking Christian people. These are like super hyper religious. Jesus is the reason for the season. Born again, evangelicals, speaking in tongues, Ponzi scheme bullshit. Every single one of them. And all the people that I interact with say the same thing. When I say, hey, like someone sent me this thing about me being a fucking, a vaccinated asshole or something like that. I'm like, yes, I am. And they're like, I hope when you meet your maker that he's embarrassed that you got the mark of the beast. Like, these people are so fucking stupid and so brainwashed by religiosity and evangelical Christianity that the one reason, and I'll tell you why the Hilliers are mad, it's because we found out about them. Because Randy Hillier and Chelsea Hillier and that massive navel of hers, I don't know if you saw it through the shirt, I did, and that gap tooth of hers, they love Jesus, and they think that Jesus is going to save them from this. They don't want the mark of the beast. They think if they get the fucking vaccine that they can't go to heaven because inside that thing is like this DNA marker that says it's the mark of the beast and you're now property of Satan. They believe that.
Wow.
I am not joking. The Hilliers believe it. Every major fucking evangelical anti-vaxxer believes it. And we're sitting here going, Oh, it's just let them make their own choice. Their choices are filled with fucking fantasy. It's like fucking Game of Thrones for them. That's how dumb these people are. Legitimately, that's how stupid they are. Sorry, Mark. What were you saying?
Yeah, it's exactly what I've noticed is that, there's a lot of people that say, well, let people make their own choice. You can't force people to get vaccinated. And that makes sense until you hear some of the arguments they're making. Like you said, that the satanic microchips, or, they think the vaccine's going to kill them, or we don't need a vaccine because we have an immune system, and you start hearing them, you start to realize, like, that this is why the government has to come in and start enforcing these things, because these people won't listen otherwise.
Yeah, I don't know if it makes it better though. I think that makes it worse. I know that's we're opening up a can of worms with that discussion, but I'm not for forcing these people. I hate it because it's just you're not like the reason why I've stopped engaging people on social media too. Every once in a while I break my rule, but I get sucked in because I think maybe I might,
because it's awesome,
be able to make a comment that will have some impact on somebody, but then I'm always disappointed. I just agree with them. I just help them double down on their argument, right? Like where, if they offer me ivermectin, I go, what cracker are you using to take it every morning? Right? Like I just don't bother fighting with them.
Pumpkin spice flavor available?
Honestly, all you're doing is just reinforcing a narrative that they have. And if you forced all these anti-vaxxers, especially the more severe ones, to take the vaccine from a government level, all that does is just increase their numbers, right? It just reinforces the idea that they already have about what we're going through. So I don't know if that's the answer, Mark. I don't know what the answer is, Mark, but
There's
I don't know if
there's no answer. You got to let these people peter out. You got to let these people peter out like that. And I think Mark's bang on. I think the government's not doing anything about them because they're all going like this. These guys are fucking hilarious. Like, I mean, case in point, this tweet from Ivy. The vax is the goal. The virus only has to kill enough to be the scare tactic, as they need to get you to take it. This is my favorite argument, by the way. Depopulation by sterilization and accelerated genetic illness is the plan.
And that's the Gates. That's the Bill Gates conspiracy theory. Can
I ask you something?
He's behind vaccines to control the population, right?
No, he's not.
It's fucking
it's
crazy.
so stupid. Can I ask all four of you guys something? In your mind, because we're all pretty bright guys. Bonzi, jury's out. Wonderful human being.
He has his moments.
I do. I pick and choose.
Yeah, I know you do. You're caustic. You've got caustic wit.
Good guy.
Because I've said this a couple of times today in tweets, because people keep tweeting me that. I'm like, do you really think that the whole goal is to get rid of 80% of the planet who's vaccinated? And by that one, the number in Canada as of today, this is encouraging, 81.4% fully vaxxed. You think that the government of Canada wants to unload 81.4% of the smartest people in this country to be left with the trailer population to rebuild? I don't fucking think so.
They don't believe those numbers. I mean, they believe that they're putting mannequins in beds in ICUs. I mean, they have an answer to every one of your argument. That's the point that I keep trying to make about arguing with this. It's a lost cause. Yeah. It goes nowhere. You're not going to change their mind, right? What I do now is somebody phones me and starts fucking berating me about something we said on the show that they don't agree with. I go, hey, wait, stop. Is there anything I can say right now that can change your mind about how you believe what's happening right now? And they'll go, fuck no. And then I'll go, so what makes you think that you can just dial the radio show and convince me that you're right? Yeah. They don't know how to answer that. And then you can just move on, right? Then you have some common ground. Yeah.
I don't even know if you have common ground. What I think is you've just kind of proven that they don't give a fuck, right? Like that's kind of the whole MO. Like today I was reading a story. We put up a story at deanblundell.com, which I highly encourage everybody to go and read if you're watching this. It's about this female doctor up in Grey Bruce County who said 80. This is her charge. 80% of ER is trending. And it did this morning because of a hyper-religious doctor in Owen Sound who doesn't like vaccine passports, loves Jesus more than she cares for human life. So when you talk about fighting back, I'm not fighting back. But what I did was I went through this woman's entire history, and then I looked at the news source that it came from, a source called LifeSite News, which is a born-again religious Catholic entity that is meant to act as an arm of propaganda for anti-abortion and all the other bullshit that comes from Jesus and the Jesus freaks. That's all it is. And that was like a viral story this morning. It was the biggest fucking story. It was #1 trending story when I woke up this morning. #1.
Oh, wow.
And so I had to like literally go through it and debunk the whole thing, which you can go and read at deanblundell.com. That's my way of not arguing with these people. There's no fucking point in arguing with them, right? But I'm just going to go and find the source because I'm not an idiot. So I go and look, oh, what's the source? There's the source. Let's go and fact check the source. MediaBiasFactCheck.com. Super easy. You plug in the name and you're like, oh, BitChute, garbage. Oh, LifeSite News, garbage. Fox News, garbage. Like, I mean, it's the easiest thing in the world to do, but all of these people won't do it. And it's like, and it's not because they don't want to. It's because they don't want to. It's because that helps them, right? So they go ahead and put this stuff out. It was the same thing with Chris Sky and Randy Hillier yesterday. So fuck them. I mean, I'm not arguing with these people. There's no argument to be had. And you say that you don't interact with these people. I don't interact with them other than to point out every time they're full of shit if I see it, because it's my jam. I fucking like it. I enjoy ruining their life on a daily basis with the truth. It's like my thing. It's schadenfreude times 10. Watching bad things happen to fucking bad people is fucking the best thing you'll ever do with your life. I mean it. Like helping people, not as fun. Saving people, not as fun. Getting healthy, not as fun. Listening to your friends talk about their problems and then kind of helping, not as fun. Watching bad things happen to anti-vaxxers is my favorite thing. It just is.
The thing is, I think you're a little bit more mentally, you have a mental capacity to deal with this, right? And you've sort of figured out how to position this in your own life so that it doesn't kill you.
Because I understand things.
It's worth saying out loud that it can have, like, Mark is getting death threats from an article he put out. Mm-hmm. Like that's not healthy. Like I tell people just stay away from it if you can. Like being in the engagement part of it, I think can be like, I feel my blood pressure like going up as soon as I get into one of these Twitter or Facebook discussions about this stuff. And then really? You sit, oh yeah, no, I feel it. I feel the angst. I feel the anxiety just growing around it. Right. So I don't know if it's healthy. Dean, you figured out how to do it and you're good at it.
Thanks.
And, but it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
And Mark, let me just give you a quick word of advice. Cause you're a young lad. Who does an amazing job, Toronto99.com. Please check it out. Great alternative news source, not MSM. All honest. He's an honest broker, honest dealer. But let me just tell you this, Mark. Every single one of those threats has zero to do with you. It's got everything to do with the ongoing mental illness in that community.
Yeah.
So just know that also on top of it have nothing to do with you. They're all so fucking stupid. There's no way they're going to be able to find you. They can't even find their way to a fucking
screen, Mark, every once in a while. Like walk away if you can, right? Like
that's what I do.
If you can, spend some time away from it, that'll probably be healthy as well.
Yeah. Follow him on Twitter at Mark Slapinski.
Doing anything about it? Sorry.
I'm sorry?
Are the police doing anything about it, Mark?
I sent a report, and it's funny that they followed my personal account on Twitter. So like the Toronto police are following me now. So I don't think that's a coincidence. I think they saw what I put out. And I heard on CTV, the police aren't investigating Chelsea, but they're investigating Randy. And that's something the Toronto police did. So whether that was from me or someone else, I would assume other people reported it too.
Story co-workers?
Like Suze Morrison, an MPP. She's actually in Toronto Centre, my area. She raised some concerns about that. So I think that would probably add to it. I mean, I can't say how many people reported it, how many didn't, but they're looking into it at the very least.
Kevin Johnston is going to jail for 18 months for hate speech.
Yeah.
So I think Hillier is probably not too far behind him.
He ain't, dude.
They're not fucking around anymore. I mean, the
I talked to
Kevin Johnson
DBS
one
this morning. Sorry, go ahead.
The Kevin Johnson one, that's the guy that's running for mayor in Calgary that like fights people at no frills when they ask him to put a mask on. Like, he's fucking nuts.
Yeah,
he's nuts. Anyway,
yeah, but you're right. They came for him, and he got his due, and they're coming for everybody. I mean, it's lull before the storm, dude. I talked to some people at TPS yesterday about a couple of other issues, nothing to do with me, but it was centered around Randy Hillier, and I said, "Can you tell me what you guys are up to?" They said, "He's in trouble." That's all I got. Is that Randy Hillier is
as
in
a public
trouble?
Official you can't threaten people
and you can't encourage a fucking country to go buy guns to take over the fucking government.
It's hate speech.
It works for the government, which makes it more concerning than anything. He's an MPP, right? So that's concerning. And there's a few of them too, but I think he's the worst. I mean, there's like Bernier and a few other ones, but I think he's kind of centered himself out as like the most extreme one.
Max, you know what?
I get this sense that
he is so drunk. Honest to God, I think Randy Hillier. I think, you know what, we can place this on as someone who's enjoyed a drink or two in his day. The reason why Randy Hillier is like this is because he is a fucking raging alcoholic. I've never said that about anybody other than me. And I can tell you, and I work with guys and Locke, but he said it first. But the dude is he's got wet brain, and everything that comes out of his mouth is garbage, and his fucking redneck trailer family just is propping him up at this point, man. That's all it is. So don't worry about it. Mark Slapinski, Toronto 99. Thank you very much for joining us today. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks, Mark.
Right, we'll talk to you
Good
soon.
luck.
Mark Slapinski, he's a great dude.
Go
great
for a
young
walk.
guy. He's a great young dude. Like, smart. Feel sorry for him, but nothing's going to happen to him, though.
Nah, he'll be fine.
Nothing.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. More than anything, I worry when you see a guy like that about that having an impact on your psyche, right? Because it can, when you start to get more and more entrenched in that kind of thing, and you're spending time
it's real
fighting with people online, which he does. If you go to his Twitter, he is sort of sticking up for himself and fighting back,
as he should.
But I think there is a point where you have to realize, okay, what impact am I having here with this battle? Like, what is this battle having more of a detrimental impact on my mental health? Right. And if that's the case, then walk away. Right. And then write an article about something else next week.
Yeah. There's lots of times there's lots of times because we're in the content business, right? And there's a lot of times where I literally have to take 4 or 5 hours. I got to do something completely different.
Yeah.
I put things in my life, like in the morning, I go for these epic 2-hour walks before I get started in my day, feel great. And then I get started in my day, and then I'll force other stories because this is really all that people are talking about right now. And you and I were talking about this on the phone the other night, Locke, in a private conversation, which I won't tell anybody what we talked about other than this. But like it is like I said to you, hey, isn't it fucking hard to find content outside of this at this point? Like, I want to move on from this subject. I want to move on from anti-vaxxers. I want to talk about, the Powerball lottery in Louisiana and some guy that said he'd buy 5 kilos of Coke if he won $635 million. Honest answer. I want to talk about other things. I want to talk about the Blue Jays. I want to talk about the Raptors starting up again this year. I want to talk about things. I want to talk about life. I want to talk about relationships. I want to talk about being a better individual. But it feels like all we're doing is, trying to point out that, well, it's not that we're squirrel. Yeah, I guess so. But it's almost like, I feel like it's our responsibility to be able to talk about this news to calm everybody down and insert common sense into the conversation because no one else is doing it. Mainstream media won't do it because they're scared of the fucking blowback from the anti-vax community, and they're pussies, and they're not really news outlets anyways. They're just power centers for friendships and relationships and politicians. So whatever. But you can't live in this world and not fucking back away from it at some point in time. Like you have to, and I think it's really important.
Well,
and we saw that last night with our next guest, Rob Gill. Rob Gill, ladies and gentlemen, who joins us again today. Rob Gill. Locke, what were you going to say before we get going with Rob?
I was going to say the thing that's frustrating for me is I think there's a lot of conversations we need to start having, and maybe now is not the right time, about the mistakes that our public officials have made with the rollout of the rules and the problem is we can't have those conversations.
Can I ask you a question though before we start? Did you need someone to tell you to do the right thing, or did you just instinctively do the right thing to protect yourself and your family? Like, did you need a government to tell you to wear a mask? I didn't need a government to tell me to get vaccinated either. So that's where I'm at. We say it's always their fault, but like, fuck, read the tea leaves and do it yourself.
I understand that, but there's been some mixed messaging. They probably didn't lock us down as quickly as they should have. They didn't lock us down for as long as they should have, and we're paying the price here and there, right? Like, and all that did was it gave again the side that isn't going to follow these rules, that doesn't believe this is real. It just gave them more ammunition, right? And I wonder if there were things that we could have done on the onset of this whole thing that could have alleviated some of that. I'll give you a perfect example.
Yes,
right.
The answer is
right
yes.
Now in Alberta, we're dealing with a fourth wave that is actually worse than the last three waves, and we've got like help coming in from other provinces. We're fucked. Okay, and it's been very difficult for Albertans, and I admit this freely. Like, I'm still wearing a mask. I've got my vaccine slip that tells me when I got my vaccines.
Congrats.
And I take it to, if I go to the bar, I take it, I show it. I'm not making I'm doing everything that I'm being told to do. But the rules and regulations that they're now imposing on Alberta, which is still minimal, it's Charlie Brown's teacher.
Yeah, no one's listening.
We're not listening. We were told, no one was told to go into work a couple of weeks back. That's not happening. Everyone's just continuing to live their lives like they were 2 months ago, 3 months ago. And they put these arbitrary numbers on restricting, gatherings and stuff like that. And here's the thing: the people that they need to have an impact on don't believe this is real. They're not even getting the vaccine. So if you tell them that they're not allowed to have a Thanksgiving party this weekend, they don't fucking get the vaccine. They're going to control the number of people they have over for their party this weekend. No, they're not. They're not going to they're not listening to anything. So what is the fucking point? That's my problem, right?
Yep.
Is that we're at that point where we're sitting there going, what do we do?
Yeah. Naked Cheese was just no enforcement is the problem. Always has been. I mean, it's kind of why we're in this situation. But good news, your boy Trudeau just made it absolutely 100% illegal to harass healthcare workers. It's now a mandate. It's now criminal.
See, why are we doing that now? Like,
I don't know. I better late
should have
than
been
never.
100 years ago. We were doing.
It just
that.
happened.
Like,
just happened. Breaking news.
All right.
Also breaking news. Rob Gill. Vote for Rob Gill on Twitter, ladies. Let's re-welcome him with another round of applause.
Hey, everybody.
Nice to see you, Rob, again. Nice to see you. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Just talking about the same shit.
Sorry about the rant, Rob.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Rob and I are buddies, have been for a while. Rob is deep into the anti-vaxxer stuff for the same reasons we are. It's just fun to fucking hit them with the Schadenfreude and all their bullshit. But yesterday, you and I were texting, and you're like, hey, Dean, there's a Chris Sky anti-vax streaming summit online. Do you want the link? I think actually Ryan said it, and I'm like, fuck, not a chance. I'm watching the fucking hockey game. Like, I no desire to watch that stuff. But something incredible happened during that whole thing yesterday, is that it got dick bombed. Am I saying that correct? Is that their correct term?
I believe that is
dick bombed.
Yeah, I believe that's the technical term for it.
Okay. So can you describe it before I play the actual blurred portion of the video?
Yeah, so first, like this Zoom meeting that happened last night, this is like a weekly anti-vax Zoom meeting that advocates and these shit disturbers in that community meet, and they kind of talk as a group on what they should do for the following week. So there was a lot of infighting. Pretty much if you ask Chris Sky a question or question anything he says, he loses his temper and goes crazy. And we have about like half an hour of video of Chris Sky just like blowing up and just acting like a toddler. But then something happened. Someone also got the codes to the room, and this was not me, but someone got the codes to the room, and they decided to screen share 3 different porn videos to this group. And this group is made up of exactly the type of people that you would think of. It's a lot of like grandmothers that spend too much time on Facebook, and like these like random weirdos, and it's just the collection of the most colorful people in society.
Yeah. Zoom dick is what it's called.
It's called Zoom dick? That's the actual phrase for it?
That's the actual. Psychiatrists are trying to explain the rise of Zoom dick incidents.
The rise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, this Zoom dick is the best Zoom dick I've ever seen. And Rob sent it to me today in my DM. You don't mind me saying that you sent it to me, right? I put it in the post. Okay. I mean, you're the guy that was in charge of it. And I'm like, oh my God, Rob, you have to blur that out and send it to me so that I can put it in today's show.
Well, I don't even think we should blur it out. I think you should play that.
Oh, we had to, dude. Because Rob blurred it. Yeah. Rob blurred it out, and YouTube still took it down. Like within 3 seconds. He didn't even send it to me before it was like gone from his YouTube page. But
are we gonna get yanked if we put this up?
No, because
I don't think so. It's like I uploaded the raw recording just to use YouTube's blurring features, because they have like a tool that you can use to like blur faces and objects out of videos. So I just uploaded it as like a private video just to kind of like use their tool, because it was quick and easy to do that. But then the moment I changed it from private to unlisted to try to share it with Dean so he could grab it, they took it down immediately. I didn't get a strike. They sent me an email. I didn't get a strike, but I don't even have a channel. It's just,
you just used YouTube for that purpose.
I just used it for that tool.
Yeah. This is Ashley. Where is Ashley? What is he? Oh, Ashley has seen the entire video full force. She says it needs the blur. It does. Here's Rob's handiwork. And I want you to pay special attention.
Handiwork. This wasn't me.
This
wasn't me. This is not me. This was not me. Not me. No.
Middle of an anti-vax live stream.
What's that Shakespearean saying about protesting too much?
Listen, you can't see the dick. Trust me, it's there. It's a full-on view of the dick and the balls, and a great shot of the anus. And there is a lot of hair. There is so much hair.
A lot of taint. Like it was
a lot of taint. Yeah.
The camera angle was very taint heavy.
It was the gooch cam. That's what it was. It would appear to be but the reaction of these fucking chain smoking anti-vaxxers is everything.
So if they don't use it, they lose it. That's it.
All right. Well, no, he's not vaccinated.
Eugene.
Okay.
Well, first of all, it's not a vaccine. A vaccine is meant to protect you from a specific disease. It's fraudulently called a vaccine.
There we go.
Only for one reason. And we don't need
Oh my God, what is going on here? Oh my God. Stop that.
Stop
Disconnect the motherfucker.
How do I do that? How do I do that?
Disconnect him.
I don't know how.
Who is it?
For fuck's sakes, man, it's bullshit.
Who is it?
I don't know.
An asshole.
Okay,
That one.
You know what?
That was utterly disgusting.
I know. That is terrible.
Did you see how small his mind was?
Did you see the guy
That panel is amazing.
Fantastic. I have a question.
It's not over. It's not over. There's two more.
There's way more coming, but I want you to pay attention to the guy at the bottom right of the screen named Eugene, who has a serious aversion to cock. And I want you to pay attention to the person in the lime green house coat who appears to be housebound. These are the people leading the anti-vax charge. And this guy in the middle sitting, look at the woman. This is Rena Malika. She's like one of the charges of the fucking, of the whole movement. You look at the smile on her face. She is going to Roger herself with the vegetables so hard after this thing because that was exciting for her. Not done. Watch the rest.
I told you, Michael.
I tried
told you.
Yeah, I muted him because he kept going on. I think there was something wrong with him, but I didn't realize he could do that.
Definitely something wrong with him.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, okay.
I'm sorry, everybody. That was against my religion. I saw it pop up on the screen, and I just had to leave. I'm very sorry, but I'm back.
Who is this? Who did that?
I don't know, but I left as soon as I saw it, but I'm back.
Okay, I think it was you.
It was me? Eugene, please, come on, tell him it wasn't me. I swear.
No, it was not. It was not Tyler. It's Maiden.
More dick. How can I get rid of this guy? Okay, I'm gonna end the meeting for everybody.
Yeah,
then.
that was not Taylor.
What a winner.
Here, I'll block it out. I blocked it out.
How can you do that?
First of all,
Look at the dude. Look at the dude bottom. Look at Eugene. He's putting his hand in front of the camera. I have willingly watched that video 500 times today because I can't stop laughing. Eugene's like, no more dick. No more dick. No more dick. I can't stand
Their
over the
reaction
dick.
is just the best.
Not done.
This
like
group.
that on your Zoom meetings.
Here comes
What's
another
that?
dick.
Why do people like that get on your Zoom meetings? There's too many kids on here. This is not serious. I don't know what's going on here.
Well, this is we've only had one disruptor here, but I don't know how. I'm gonna have to learn how to get rid of them.
There's
I've
another
been
one.
telling Michael not to do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
To stop talking to me.
There
He's
you
not
go.
Oh
listening.
my God, I don't know how to. Oh my God, I have to end the meeting.
Yeah, leave it. Leave it.
Awesome. Awesome.
Oh my God. They got
What kids
nothing
are on there, by the way?
Yeah.
He's like, kids, watch this. I don't know any kid that's watching that fucking meeting. Like at all.
The grandmother, she's 108.
And what's
She's
do they
just
all smoke,
everybody
like,
under the
3
age
packs
of 40 is a
Marlboros
kid.
today or what?
Oh yeah. They're all just disgusting.
The one in the green was actually for the first like half an hour just sitting there like with her laptop on her gut, just knitting away on camera, just knitting away, listening and chiming in with anti-vax bullshit.
Yeah. This is the movement, man. This is the movement. These are the people in charge of your fucking anti-vaxxed future. Seriously.
This is why we haven't gotten over COVID yet.
Yeah. Those are the people. I mean, you fucking want to point a finger at those people that had to look at a heaping pile of dick last night 3 or 4 times in the middle of trying to figure out how to stop vaccinations worldwide when 90% of us are already fucking there. Like, just the dumbest group of people. This is why the population control can't be true, right? That video is why the population control shit can't be true, because do they really think the government wants to be left with those guys? Like, fuck. Really? Oh, good. We've job done. 80% of the smartest people on the planet are dead. Let's rebuild with the trailer population.
Yeah, if you're on the fence about whether or not they are using the vaccine to expunge the population, and just go to an anti-vax rally.
Yeah.
Just
or
hang
watch this video.
We don't need.
Oh my God, what is going on here? Oh my God.
What is going on here? There's a guy jerking off on your Zoom call, lady.
I freaking told you, disconnect the motherfucker.
I love grandma.
Disconnect the motherfucker.
Yeah.
She's probably breathing. She's probably smoking through the trach tube in her neck.
Did you guys hear the scream on the second video?
No, there's a scream on the second.
There's this right when the second goes, someone screams. And
Not Tyler. It's Maiden.
Oh my God,
That's Eugene.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
That's Eugene.
Cock is against his religion.
Look, he hates cock. He hates his own cock. He probably showers and looks away. Oh, I can't look at my dick. But look at his face. That's Eugene at the bottom. This is the guy that won't look at his dick. That's the guy that screams. Listen carefully for Eugene's scream when he sees another
Please, come
wiener.
on, tell him it wasn't me. I swear.
No, it was not. It was not Tyler. It's Maiden.
Oh my God, how can I get rid of this guy?
You can't.
That's awesome.
You can't. You're too stupid to have a fucking Zoom call.
Rob, and the great thing is that there's so many people like me that are embedded in these communities, is that even if they want to change the link to their Zoom call, we'll just keep getting it. There's no way that they can change their platform or tell their group where they're going without us also knowing.
You're
So-
not convincing me that you didn't whack off on that Zoom call last night, Rob.
Absolutely not.
It ain't him. It ain't
Not
him.
me.
There is, first of all, I know Rob has a beard, but there was way more hair. If you didn't see it, there were a lot of balls. There was a lot of hair, and the hair was
Yeah.
incredibly dark, so they weren't his pubes. And I don't know if the guy was circumcised, and the man had a different complexion than Rob. So yeah, it couldn't have been him. 'cause
Rob,
it wasn't white.
Yeah.
why are you doing this? Just out of curiosity, is it shits and giggles?
Part of it's shits and giggles. Part of it also is like both Chris Sky and Kevin J. Johnston have attacked me for just because who I am, and
Okay.
yeah, now that's what got my interest in this.
Thank you for the Kevin. That video of the guy crying because he couldn't get into the karaoke. I must have played that 15 times on the show.
I hope he listens to your show too. Because
you know what? I
He
was
lives.
kinda
He lives
hoping.
in the same city as you, right?
Yeah, in St. Albert. Yeah.
So you
that
played a
was-
video of him crying over karaoke to the whole
Yeah.
town, to like the
Yeah.
bank teller, the grocery store employee, the Uber driver, the
Well, I
bartender.
know about-
They've all heard him cry.
I know about that guy because he is driving around St. Albert with a megaphone, yelling from his car.
Not
in
anymore.
Cul-de-sac. Well, not anymore because he took his license away from him, but because
Well,
he
and-
didn't have
and
his
the-
insurance.
And Kevin sold the megaphone.
For
Yeah.
$2,700. And
Yeah.
did you know that man isn't allowed to use a megaphone anymore? So they sold it to
Not
raise money
allowed.
for his like. Can you imagine being so fucking dumb that the police won't allow you to have a fucking megaphone? Like that is unbelievable to me. Yeah, but these people have done it to themselves. Absolutely done it to themselves.
Have you, Rob? This is something you probably already done, but if you haven't, you should read Kevin Johnston's application for mayor. Like, you know how they have like a bio on the web. Yeah,
Is it embarrassing?
everyone- it's spectacular. I don't know how else to.
Is this the one where they asked for like experience and he wrote lots?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
A plethora.
Lot. And then there was one there. The other one that I thought was kind of funny was name a dish from a local restaurant you really like. And his was just chicken wings and blue cheese sauce. That was like, he didn't put the name of the restaurant, nothing. It was just chicken wings with blue cheese sauce.
It's a
Yeah,
shame
he's
he didn't
nuts.
name what restaurant he likes to go to. That would
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
great
We
to find
can't.
that out.
It's not allowed. You
Yeah,
can't go
you
to a
can't go
restaurant.
to any.
Yeah.
He
I
has
mean,
to
what's your
cook for
favorite restaurant? None. I'm not allowed. Can't go into a restaurant ever again.
Mhm.
Anyway, Rob, thanks, dude. Really appreciate you recording
work,
that.
buddy.
And let me
Yeah,
know if you
great.
got any clips of Chris Sky losing his shit in that meeting.
Oh,
too. We'll
it's
post
at
those.
least half an hour of it, man.
Oh, fuck, I love this world. Thanks, Rob. Rob Gill, at Vote for Rob Gill on Twitter is where you can find him. He is a wonderful man, good buddy of
Thanks, guys.
mine, and he's hot on the tail of all this stuff because it's a little Schadenfreude hobby. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank
Talk to you soon. Rob Gill, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Fucking wild, eh?
Yeah, isn't it?
That's just that's the world we live in. Like
The
Bonzarelli,
only,
you're
the only
in the
reason I
States.
believe him is because I think Rob, if he did actually whack off, if he did do some Zoom dick, I think he's the guy that might actually tell you. Like I would tell you, right? Like if I managed to figure out how to do that and I did that and that was a pastime of mine, I would let you know, Dean.
do that.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken a picture of your genitals?
No,
Your
we
genital
had
region?
we had a conversation about that.
Yeah.
About whether or not you'd ever sent a dick pic. This
Never.
is I've never done it either. I've
Bonzi?
never felt the need
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
share.
But
Bonzi
I
has,
wasn't
for sure he has.
on the radio
Bondi's-
for 20 years either. So
Oh, but
I was
that's
just
true.
a painter at the time and stuff. So it really wasn't as important to me. May come back to haunt me now, but
Yeah. I never got the dick pic thing. It was like, and no one's ever asked me for one. Surprise, surprise. I've never had someone go, send me a picture of your knob. I'm like,
See, I've
because
had
if
it a-
someone did, you've had it a lot. Have you had like, do women ask you
girls
for
ask
pictures of your?
course. Yeah,
Still?
I generally try not to send it out just on a, oh, hey, look at me, kind of deal. If somebody sends me a pic,
Hi.
they usually ask,
I'm Greg.
"Hey, would you reciprocate? Yeah, I just don't go chucking my Johnson out going, hey, maybe
Yeah.
I get one back,
Maybe I don't. But how does that work? Because, like, first of all, listen,
Fascinated
folks,
by
the internet's forever. If you send a picture of your dick to somebody, A, it might be the wrong number. The kid might be a child. You never know. So there's big trouble right there. Number two, your life is ruined if anybody knows that that's your dick. But, and so I've never done it. Same reason why I don't internet date. Like, I've got lots more to lose than the average cat, right? Like, if Jimmy that works at Husky gas station at the corner gets caught sending a dick pic to somebody, it's a little bit different, right? Like, there's a lot of people, specifically in the anti-vax community, that would take that dick pic of mine and drive it down my throat. So there's a reason why I haven't done it, and lots of reasons why I'll never do it. But what I'd like to know, because I've never done it, I've received pictures, unsolicited pictures, but I have never ever, like, the second I get them, I'm like, it's fucking crazy. She just sent me a picture of her Hooters. But, like, I've never forwarded them because I know that that's jail time. I'm not an idiot. I get that stuff. How do you broach the conversation? Like, how do you go from...
Well, walk us through this, Bonzi. I'm very curious as well.
I'm Jill. I'm Bonzi. Nice to meet you. Want to see my wiener. Like, when does that make it into the text conversation?
It depends on the individual you're speaking with, I find. Sometimes it's pretty quick. And other times, it takes like 3, 4, 5, 6 conversations. And then you start to feel comfortable with each other. And then sometimes it just shows up. I've had both cases where just boom. And they'll be like, hey, look at your phone. And then there's a titty pic. Other times it's just kind of in a conversation.
Do you feel okay if, let's say, you're doing a little of that, you're engaged in like this sexting activity with a young lass?
Sexting activity? What are you, 75?
I don't know.
Sexting activity. You're texting dick pics. You're sending pictures.
No, they're sexting. You're back and forth. You're getting freaky on text, Bonzi.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I'm curious about. If you're at a certain stage where you feel the need to, I don't know,
pull it out,
get a shot, has that individual asked for it?
Yes.
Or did you just reciprocate? Like, if they send you a sexy picture, you go, well, I got one for you. And you fire one back at them.
Again, it's gone both ways. I fired one back, and I've been asked. Just being honest.
How often have you done this?
Probably too many.
Hundreds?
Well, fuck, dude, I was single since 2012, right? It's 2021, and I had a hell of a run in between those years.
9 years. 9 years of sending pictures of your knob to people. Do you just send a picture of the knob, or do you include the balls? Like, what's the etiquette all about?
Yeah,
where I don't really think there's etiquette. I think it's just you try and get the best picture and the best angle, and off you go. I never really.
How do you do that? How do you get the best picture and the best angle? Because you've sent hundreds of them. You just said it. What's your MO? How does it?
I didn't say.
So where are we at then? 20,
30, 1,000?
I would go with about 15 to 20, probably.
15 to 20. Okay, so what's the best angle of the dick shot?
If you handed me your phone, would there be one on there right now?
Sure there is.
No, actually there wouldn't be. No, there isn't on my phone. Best angle, hold it out as far as you can, and just kind of, you grab the base of the shaft so it looks a little bigger and it stands like, I don't know. Listen, if I ever got sailed down the river and somebody showed my dick pic, I'm not going to be embarrassed about it, for one thing. So if it ever gets out there,
you know what that's called? That's called the Draymond Green. That was like Draymond Green, the guy that the power forward for the Golden State Warriors, when he took a dick pic, and it was a very impressive penis. And he accidentally put it on Twitter instead of sending it in a DM, and then he erased it, and everybody's like, "Is that your dick?" And he's like, "Yeah, you got me. Hit send to the wrong people. Send it to 1 million of my followers instead of this girl."
Yeah.
And the conversation was over. Like, everybody was like, okay, yeah, we get it. Guys send dick pics. And what a dick it was.
It was impressive. I do remember that.
Yeah. I remember going,
yeah.
That's it, Draymond. If I had a hammer like that, I'd be putting it on Twitter every day.
Every day.
Yeah. Well, you get good at it, too. You do it so many times, you can figure out the right angle and the lighting and everything.
Jesus Christ, Bonzi, I love you.
Yeah. Okay, so
There's
when you
two
grab
kinds
the
of people
base,
in the world.
Wires
guys
and
that send dick pics and guys that don't. There seems to be a line in the sand here. Bonzi.
But when you grab the base, do you try to get your
fully
hand
erect?
out of the picture? Yeah, and do you get your hand out of the picture? That's my question.
You don't want, you don't want to use the whole hand. There's a technique to it. It's almost like the 3-finger, with the thumb at this side of the shaft, and then the 2 fingers on the ball side. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you kind
down there.
of grab it right at the bottom, and if you feel it, and you can put it, it can actually. It's not that it makes your cock grow or look big. It's just kind of it just presses it the right way.
It gives it up a little bit.
It gives a little more, if you will.
Just so on everybody know, the comment section's popping off now. Soon, number 2 newscast in Canada. It has to. John, quote, "Can we get back to COVID?" Ashley says, "Shh, John, take notes." And then your boy Wade, enough dick talk. I want to talk about vaginas. No, because we don't have any, so we're not entitled to it. Yeah, it is. Is it Cocktober?
Yeah.
What does that mean? You see, this is a whole new world for me.
I've
What is
never heard
Cocktober?
of Cocktober.
Yeah, I've heard of Sober October. I've never heard of Cocktober. What is?
It just kind of rhymes. Well, I'll be honest. It's a Stern thing. So sorry. No, you're not.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I don't care if it's a Stern thing. What is it? Is it like where you show people your wiener in October?
Well, he's doing a contest right now where he wants you to send crazy pictures, dick tricks or penis of the puppetry sort of deal, and you can win like I think $5,000 or I can't remember the prize, but yeah, they want you to send in dick pics for October, and not only just straight up dick pics, they want you to do something with it, like fill your pouch. Like if you got a pouch, maybe fill it with M&Ms or something, and it's just something weird, crazy. I don't know.
Yeah,
like stretch your sack out, put M&Ms in it, and then fold it up. Can you cover a salad? Locke, you could probably go to the bulk barn and load up that thing. Yeah, you might win $5,000 from Howard Stern. I would do it if I were you. It's $5,000 you don't have.
Sack.
I might try something.
So, do you suggest, have you ever, and this is just me asking because I'm new to the game and I would never do it, but do you suggest sending unsolicited pics to women that you just start talking to?
No.
Have you done that?
Now, it's been a while since I've done that, and ever since all that stuff has come out with the actors now and the Me Too, I highly don't recommend anybody sending their dick pic without a girl asking for it from now on. Highly recommend.
Good.
That should have been a rule.
It was a test.
We shouldn't even have to say that out loud.
True story.
I'm just asking. I'm trying to see where Bonzi's at.
I know, but I mean, there's a lot of guys out there that are just they don't think right.
Sick.
They don't think right.
I have a girlfriend. I say girlfriend. It's not my girlfriend. A girl who is a friend of mine, who's a very attractive woman, who gets them daily.
Yeah,
daily. And I'm like, why don't you report these guys? She's like, some of them are pretty good.
So, I just don't understand people. Like,
what were you gonna say, Bonzi?
I was gonna say, and I've learned, I've come a long way because recently, I was asked for a dick pic, or let's just say I may have received some lovely pictures, and I did not reciprocate because of where I'm at now, and I thought, no, that's probably not a good idea. So I'm really proud of myself for that.
You're coming together as a human.
4 years ago, you would have got a big old Bonzi Hammer probably pick.
All right.
So you didn't answer my question. Learning. Do you send it fully erect?
Oh yeah, or even half. Like and I have sent some half erect photos as well.
Oh yeah. Do I ever? Hey, Locke. Do I ever send my raging boner pictures? I never send it semi-erect.
That's funny.
Never. Oh yeah. There's so much pride in that answer. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I do. Semi's like, I guess Semi just kind of says, listen, I'm not the total pervert. I guess.
Complete asshole. Here's a semi-flaccid penis for you. Instead, like you couldn't do any yard work with this one.
Just needs a little fluffing.
Now, if I get to really know you, I'll send you the one you can use to pull nails out of a board.
We gotta get to know each other.
I always get suckered into the craziest of talks on here.
Bonzi, because you're the guy. If we put 100 people in a room, I'm gonna pick you out every time as the guy that sends unsolicited dick pics. Like I just know it. Like you just have that look. No,
Okay, so here's another
anymore.
question then, because you said you got some dick pics. Where are these dick pics coming from? Is it just like a fan of yours, like a female fan that's like, hey, listen, I watch your podcast. I see you on Blundell. Great to see you.
I think
or someone
he's
that follows you on
getting
Twitter. Like,
sexy time pictures. Not
how did
not
you
dick
get it?
pics. Guys
How
aren't
did you-
sending their pictures of their
did you
dick to
ask for those pictures? No, guys aren't. I think girls are. But like, did the girl that sent you these pictures? Do you know her, or is it an unsolicited, undercarriage shot? Help me understand it.
Unsolicited, and there was a lot more than undercarriage, believe me, you. And I just met her through social media. Yeah,
Has she
fantastic pics,
commented-
by the way. I was rather
Has
impressed.
she
and she
commented
kept sending
on
them.
the?
So
Did she really? What do you mean? What do you mean? You were rather impressed. So great body, looked good. You weren't opposed to it. And how many
yeah,
did
the
she
first
send you?
one came, and it was like 3/4 nude. So she was standing there, and it was just above the old pubic bone area, if you will, and upwards naked. And she looked
I believe they
stunning.
call that the
And I
labia
was like,
majora.
wow. There we go. And then 6, 7 more came, and all of different angles, views. Yeah, it was quite nice, actually. And the more I complimented on them, the more I got.
Really?
It was great.
That is unbelievable.
Yep.
Good for
True
you.
story.
How many times
I'm
did
really
you whack
happy.
off that night?
We've talked since. We've talked a couple times since, not on the phone. But yeah, I've had it.
Text?
Some chat.
She
here
coming
and
to
there.
see you? She coming to see you? Is she from Is she from like Canada or the United States?
I
Don't want to
She
say.
will want to remain anonymous. We've already had that conversation. Yeah, sorry. She is just because of her job and stuff.
Oh, she's got a job. That's great news.
Yeah,
You're moving up.
honest.
Traditionally,
Does have a
people
job.
who send unsolicited bad shots to guys on social media probably don't have a job. So that's awesome. Congratulations.
You know
Yeah.
what though? I think we're
It's in the
you
senior
and I are
community, and
around
that's,
this.
that's how it started. Sorry, Locke. You asked how it got started and stuff, and I brought up I'd previously been in the community of the swingers, and it was just like a switch went off, and she was off to the races. And she's, oh, so was I, and I love being naked, and blah blah. She goes to clubs and camping things and beaches, and yeah,
camping.
and that's
things.
when the pics started coming.
I
It's a camping
fucking
thing.
love you, Bonzi. You know what, man? Like
there's
I
new
feel
RV
like
resorts.
I feel
What?
like I can live my life the way I live it and not
Screw
have
him.
any regrets, just based purely on the fact that I know you. Right? Like I can have my Arby's once a week. That's about as much excitement as old Locker can handle. And then I just every Wednesday we get you on, and I fucking get to live this life that I never got to live
Yeah.
through the eyes of my buddy Bonzi.
Yeah.
Fucking
I love you, man.
Fantastic.
I love you.
I'm glad I can entertain you, pal.
You,
I love you guys.
and I'm,
too. I really do.
and I'm like these conversations. See, like we have experts on because we don't like Locke and I and James to a lesser extent, but Locke and I both agree. If we're going to be talking about things with people, we want to have experts from that field. So we put doctors on,
Yeah.
we put psychologists, we put like university professors on, we put like real smart people on to talk about the things that we don't understand. This is the same, I think. I think Bonzi's like, he's that guy in that community that's like forbidden fruit to guys like us. You've been married for a long time. The idea of swinging grosses me out. I would never send a dick pic because I'm me. But Bonzi's doing all these things and unabashedly living this life. You're our expert in that field. So that is why we talk to you about these things, Bonzi. So when you come on, don't go, why are we talking about this?
Don't
We're talking
feel
about this
any
because you're our
guilt
expert.
about this.
Yes.
Like don't have any, and I don't
It's
even
nice
know
to be
why
finally
you're
called
not.
an expert at something.
I honestly don't think you should worry about sending a reply back to her with your hammer. I think you need to step up. Yeah. I think he's just telling us now that he didn't, but I think he did. I think there's a shot on your camera right now.
All my kids, I did not send a dick pic.
He's not lying.
True
He's
story.
not
All right,
lying.
I believe you.
Like his kids are the most important thing to him. I know
I
him.
think you
and-
could. I think you could get away with it, and I think that you should trust your instincts and us. And as soon as this podcast wraps up,
Trust us.
Get her fluffer. Get her going.
Yeah, let's have a look at it. Dude, we've already put one giant hammer, actually 3, on the show today. There's no reason why we can't put an extra one. But thank you, Bonzi. Thank you for taking us through the sordid world of sexting. I really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. James
I
P.
just
White.
got a text from somebody. It said, "Your poor mom." Well, I don't know if you saw my promo for my show tonight, and it's my mom sees those every day. And I said, "Happy Hump Day," and I was just like, "Well, it's the only thing I'm humping." And my poor mother. And I proceeded to make fun of her voice. Oh, Gregory. I haven't heard from her yet, so I don't know if she's seen it yet. I haven't looked, but I'm sure I'll get a tongue lashing.
Don't worry about it. You're a 48-year-old man. If you want to send a picture of your wiener to a girl, send a picture of your wiener to a girl. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. You're a grown man. And if you listen, if your mom's not into it, I can guarantee you that she sent a picture of her junk to your dad. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. They're young. They're spry. They do now. What do you mean back then? They're sending shots of that old stuff to each other all the time.
All the time now.
It comes from somewhere.
I'd rather talk
People
about
over 50 are boinking like
my
crazy
mom's
now.
junk.
Yeah.
Anyway, dude, thank you. Thank you for being here.
My
Bonzi's
pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Still in Palm Desert, California, making his way to San Diego. Is that correct? You going to San Diego or San Francisco?
San Diego, yeah. This weekend.
When are you going?
San Diego.
This weekend? And you got a show
probably
tonight?
Friday or Saturday. Show tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tripping with Bonzi and your network, the Dean Blundell Network. Great guest called Holly McKeon, former high school friend of mine, lovely woman, and the CEO of a great company that she owns in Toronto. So we'll talk to her tonight.
Is she the one sending you the pictures?
No, she's beautiful though. Married, lovely lady.
Right. So you're just going to talk to her about her business. And you're going to have some fun tonight, Bonzi Live. Okay, good. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
really
we're gonna have some
appreciate
fun. Yeah, you bet.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Greg Bond, ladies and gentlemen, at Bonzi Live on Twitter. Maybe the best follow you'll ever follow. Yeah, right? I think he's the best. I love him.
Good.
He's just himself. Look at him. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
He is just him and unabashedly him, and he's finding himself, and he's finding all these pictures of women on his phone. Congratulations. Some motivation to stay with it, keep working out, stay off the piss. Are you still off the booze?
Yeah, I had a breakdown on Sunday night. I got fucking shit-faced on Jameson whiskey. And I was nervous about the interview the next day. We'd played 54 holes in 3 days. Sunday broke down, and I got pretty hammered, not going to lie. But back off the piss since, and feeling great. And back to the gym at 4 today, my time, and then show 6 here at my time.
Well, appreciate you, brother.
I've
6
been in
your
trouble
time,
with
9 our
Jameson
time.
a couple of times.
Yeah, it's like those are the ones you end up fighting people after you drink Jameson. Jameson's like the fighting booze. Jameson and
Not
Crown.
my jam.
No.
The guys I was with kept buying the shots. They treated me to dinner and shots, and boy, I had to cut myself off. They kept going, and I'm glad I cut myself off because Monday I was a disaster. So hungover all the way there and back.
I have a thing with rye. I can go. I'm usually pretty decent with booze. Like I've got my my limits. But yeah, for some reason there's a switch that goes off internally on old Locker, and it's like the keep going switch. If I get into a bottle of Crown, yeah,
it's over.
Yeah, I stay. I don't keep it in the house. It's the one booze I can't have in the house. Like I've got all sorts of booze upstairs. I got liquor. I got a liquor cabinet full of.
But if
all
you have
sorts
rye,
of
you'll
stuff.
drink it, right? And then you'll turn into a moron. That's what people
Yeah.
do. Yeah, rye is like, it's the fighting booze, man. That's what we used to call it. Vodka's the professional booze. That's what people drink when they want to just drink vodka. That's like what alcoholics use to get drunk all the time. That much I know.
Because
I use alcohol. I use vodka as sort of I don't know, like if I'm just done with beer. You know, I drink beer every day, but there are moments where I'm like, I just
Can't
don't
put
want
another one in
beer.
there.
No, so I'll just crush some vodka. Caesars.
Smart.
Love the Caesars. Yeah.
Especially when you're hungover, right? Did you
Oh,
get back
yeah.
on the Caesars the next day, Bonzarelli? After you were hammered, did you have a Caesar?
Oh, I love Caesars. After every round of golf, it was just clockwork. You'd have to have a Caesar and a Bud Light, at the same time, like one sip, and you mix them like
you and
almost
I,
together.
brothers,
Delicious.
we must be related somehow.
You
Do
both
they
love
have
booze.
Caesars down there?
Bloody Marys are called, I think.
They do not.
Yeah.
Bloody
They
Marys.
don't
yeah.
have clam down there
It's-
for some reason.
Walmart carries it. It's about the only place I've seen it. Yeah, but they're not big on their Caesars down here. They don't know what they're missing.
I had a fucking Caesar after golf yesterday with a Bud Light beside it.
And some wings.
And
Wow.
some wings.
Wow.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
I miss wings.
Wings
God
are
damn it,
good.
I miss wings.
All right, boys.
Yeah.
That's it.
was a
Caesars are
fun
not
one
great for
today.
the wagon. Yeah, it was really funny.
Yeah.
Caesars aren't great for people who are on the wagon, apparently. But Bonzi's like, he's got the wagon handy. He's not always on it. You might hop off for a bit, hop back on. Don't kill
Yeah.
yourself over it.
Yeah,
Chill
you'll
in.
be good. You'll be
Yeah,
good.
you're fine.
You know what? I'll
Way
tell
easier.
you what'll bring on more pain for you, somebody like you, Bonzi, is the guilt revolving around the fact that you got off the wagon. So
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Just
It
if
sucked.
you
Monday,
have a day,
Monday, I beat myself up pretty good.
yeah, don't stop that.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, listen, you had a weak moment. You were out with some friends, and you had a couple of Jameson, and you got out of hand on the Sunday night. You know
Big
what?
deal.
Get back on the rails on Monday, and you'll be good. If
Yeah.
you sit there and spend the whole day fucking chewing on it, that's going to just cause you'll just fucking swirl.
Yeah.
That's why I
You're
drink every day, right? So that I have
Is that
no
why?
guilt. Yeah, I feel guilty about the days I don't drink because it was like a lost opportunity. I'll tell you too. I'll be brutally honest, and this is going to make me sound like a very serious alcoholic. I feel worse on the days I don't drink in the morning than I do when I get up after I've had 6 at night. I swear to God, if I miss a day of booze, I'll get up that next morning and go, "Oh, I feel like shit. Why do I feel like shit? Oh, I didn't drink yesterday."
Yeah, it's called withdrawal, actually. Heard of it? It's called a withdrawal. You go through withdrawal.
You call it
Light
what you
withdrawal.
need to call it.
Right.
I call it a reminder that I need to continue to drink.
That is Lachlan Cross, 95.7 Cruise
Technical
FM
terminology to yourself.
in Edmonton, where you can listen to him live online. Best show in Canada by far, Rock and Roll Radio, Locker Room, 95.7 Cruise FM in Edmonton, and you can find him on Twitter at Lachlan Cross. Thanks, brother. And that is Greg Bond, Bonzi Live. He's got a
good to
podcast
see you,
tonight
brother.
on the network. He is one of the beauties. Make sure you listen to him tonight. Watch a show where he's going to interview a really hot lady with a business out of Toronto. That's all I got out of that, but it's going to be a fun show because Bonzi's
Nothing
insane.
more than that. Some hot chick that owns a business. That's great. That's a fucking tease.
Tripping with
And
Bonzi on YouTube is where you can find
Tips
it.
on
tonight.
how to send a great dick pic.
Yeah. Thank you for
There
that,
you
too.
go.
by the
Yeah,
way.
we can
Appreciate
talk
it.
about that tonight. Yeah,
All right, buddy.
my pleasure.
See you, boys.
Appreciate you
Yeah.
guys. See you
See you
guys.
guys.
See you, Locke. See you, Greg. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate everybody being here today. Thanks so much for the fun. And make sure you go and download our podcast wherever you get your fine podcasts, including Apple. We're on iTunes, iHeart, Spotify, etc. We're also on YouTube, so subscribe to our YouTube channel. That would be DeanBlundell.com, and on Twitch, Dean Blundell TV on Twitch. So check us out there and go and sign up for our newsletter at DeanBlundell.com as well, so we can just send you this stuff, so it's a lot easier. Thanks to our sponsors and friends. Let's talk about Blue Microphones. We use Blue Microphone equipment every day. All of us do. Logitech cameras, Logitech group of companies. We use the Blue Yeti X mics, the MoFi headphones, and they enable us to do the job that we do, and they can do the same for you. Gaming, streaming, what have you. Go to Blue Microphones and at BlueMic.com today, BlueMic.com today, or at Blue Microphones on Twitter. That's where you can find them. Part of the Blue Crew. All 78 of our podcasts on the podcast network. And want to thank our friends over at Domination as well. They make our job a lot easier, and they'll make your life easier if you produce content online, anything digital. You feed it into a file, it kicks it back like, 7 minutes later, 72 pieces of content ready to go. All formats, every platform, super, super easy to use, free to try. Go to dmntn.com today. Easy Auto Financial, easyautofinancial.ca. Go there and check them out if you're looking for a vehicle, having a hard time getting financing. People want to charge you through the wazoo for it. I just said wazoo. People want to charge you through the wazoo for financing. These guys don't charge you anything, and they make your fucking entire car buying experience so easy because it's turnkey. You get financing, bad credit, they don't care. Good credit, great. They will take care of all the details from the second you get financing to where you get your car, including the car that you want. Go to easyautofinancial.ca and check them out today. And our friend at Ed's Fine Imports, we wear Gitch. You can too. Ed's Gitch, available now at edsfineimports.com. Buy them online at Ed's Fine Imports and use promo code GITCH3, and you're going to get yourself an extra pair of underwear for free. Clothing for men and boys, so it's all clothing for dudes, guys, and your young lads in your family looking for some nice clothes, everyday wear, some shoes, some ties, some underwear, specifically Ed's Gitch. It's Canadian made. Go to edsfineimports.com and check them out today. That's it for us, everybody. Have a great day. Really, have a fucking great day. Be confident in yourself today. Unless you don't believe in science, you're going to have another bad day. A series of them. We're going to string them together for you. It's your fault, not ours. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.